Ladies and gentlemen, it's Sunday. We are in the fish room. We are waiting on the guest of honor. By the way, if you guys don't know, my name is Jim. This is Happy Place Aquatics. How am I sounding? How am I looking? Let me get an audio video. Let me get an audio video. What's up, Flatbed? My old audio video is good. It's old. Sweet. But welcome. It is Sunday. Typically we got a guest by now. I think she might be running a couple minutes behind, which is okay. I'm running a couple minutes behind. I've been behind all day. I haven't done stuff today. Nothing. I got to remember, Sundays are PG. Yes, that's a lot of Pepsi. I know. Ask me if I care. I don't. I'm going to consume it. It's what I do. So, how's everybody's Sunday so far? I managed to clean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I only cleaned 6 tanks today. That's all I'm going to clean. It's peaceful down here. It's quiet. The Cleveland Browns didn't lose today because they played Thursday. So I don't have to hear Bradley upstairs screaming. It's a good day. However, we're going to have a guest of honor coming up here in 2 seconds. Welcome.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine.
Awesome.
All right. So what do we got going on in the background?
This is my 450 tank. There is Ray Ray.
Ray. That's a good looking stingray. How old is the stingray?
She's probably 4 or 5 months, maybe.
I don't know much about them. It's not something I aspire to keep, but they're beautiful animals. Beautiful animals.
I just did a water change. They're not happy with me. These guys, look at these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got my camera upside down.
Hi.
There we go.
There we go.
That's the Milko J Oscars. And they hate me.
You know, my Oscars aren't a fan of me.
Well, these guys are wild caught. They're wild and they're wild caught. So they're like, why are the lights on? I never have the lights on. But for you to see Ray Ray. Come here, Ray Ray.
Ray Ray's like, nah, I'm going to lay over here.
Yeah, they don't like it when I mess with the water. Yeah, it's only a degree off the temperature, so that's pretty good.
Hey, a degree's not bad. They could do a couple of different degrees there to be okay.
Yeah, I've been adding plants to this tank.
I was just getting ready to ask you, are those live plants?
This one here is not. This is a fake plant. And I only put them in there because I wanted to start them off on plants. And I didn't have any bigger ones. So I started with those. And this is one of my few heated tanks because of Ray Ray.
Well, you got to keep Ray Ray warm.
Yeah, she's a little hotter. The Oscars like it too. Let me turn down their light.
My Oscars are happy around 78, 79 degrees.
Wow. My tanks are usually at 75 normally.
I think every tank in my room down here is about 78, 79 degrees. Except for my 125 that's got my natural blue Acara and it's at 83. And I keep it high because they are susceptible to ick. So I just make sure I keep it high so I keep them healthy.
Oh yeah, they're much happier. They're gonna fade into the dark. Watch. There they go, blending. Bye.
So
See ya.
that's a 450 gallon.
Yeah.
How
It's
tall is it?
It's 3 feet tall. It's 8.5 feet, and I think it's like 2 feet wide. I included the filtration as water gallons
Okay.
because that's what salt people do. So it's
Fair
really
enough.
yeah, it's really only maybe a 400, But I like to say 450 because I have all the FX6s downstairs on. Whew.
Definitely black glass with black silicone. That I can see.
Yeah. This was my most expensive tank to purchase, too.
My
And it is
most
my favorite.
my most expensive tank is my 125 over here. It's the only 125 I bought brand new, and I'll never do that again. Let me tell you.
This one costs as much as my 300 brand new.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he threw in the stand for me. He made it just like, the way I wanted it. For free. I thought, cool.
Absolutely. I like free stuff.
Yeah.
So how many FX6s you have on that?
There's 4. And I'm probably going to add a 5th one. Because she wants it really clean water. And the Oscars are so messy.
They are big eaters, big poopers.
Yep. And they spit out a lot of food too. They just don't, they're not just eaters and poopers. They're messy eaters. Like 2-year-olds.
Absolutely. My my one Oscar's a pig. Every time I put anything in there, she chews it up, spits it out, grabs the next piece, chews it up, spits it out.
I'm going to go over to the 300 tank. I'll be right back with you.
Okay.
I've been working on that one today. And there's Oscars in there that aren't shy. Oh, but they did mess up my plants again. Well, that's to be expected.
I definitely jealous of that tank.
That's nice. I planned for that tank. The guy had it on the market. There we go. Let's get back. There's the end of it.
Oh wow. Is that acrylic or glass?
This is acrylic. Yeah, now you can see everybody. This is my community tank. All sorts of red Oscars.
That's a decent sized Oscar right there in the middle. Holy shit.
That's Big Red. Tank Boss, Big Red. Let me change the lighting. Nothing broke. All good.
Bluebird, how do you keep dropping your earbud? They're supposed to be in your ear.
That's
my wife. I bought her a set of earbuds and she can't keep them in her damn ear.
There's my only lemon Oscar. There's Berto. First time anybody's seen him.
Oh, that's Berto?
Yep, there he is.
Look at old Berto swimming around.
Chili Oscar, who don't look so chilly. Another chili. And there's Lefty. And there's Big Red A or B. I have 2 of them that they're always together. And then, where's the little copper guy? That's not him. I'm missing 2 fish. Where'd they go? Oh, I think I know where they're at.
I was gonna say this. They gotta be. I don't know how you could lose 2 fish in that tank. You got some decent sized fish in there. There's
They're
one.
behind the stuff. Shadow is either going to be breeding or something because she keeps tearing up the tank. So that'll be interesting to see what's going on.
Welcome, Laser. Yeah, you definitely got some Oscars there.
Yeah. And then right behind me, I have the tiger tank. There's all my tigers. Oops.
Oh, wow.
That's a 250.
8 foot long?
Yeah, only 2 FX6s. I should add a third. Where's Jose?
You know, me and George were kind of discussing this last night. Once a tank's been up and running for a while, and you get all that beneficial bacteria in there, I mean, you're going to hold the same amount of bacteria with 2 canisters as you would 3.
Yeah. I just use it for polishing the water. That's all they got to do. Just polish the water.
Yeah. Welcome, Plushie.
I can't tell which one's Jose. They're all so big now. It's hard to tell. I think it's this guy here. I think that's Jose, though. My oldest Oscar. I've had him for 6 years. Wherever he is in the tank.
I'm hoping my Oscars live long enough to where I can see, you know.
Well, you can't tell them apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a girl over here. She's breeding over here. She's cleaned out that whole thing right there. There she is right there. She's not a nice fish.
No.
She don't like me at all. Look at her. That could be her boyfriend, or that could be her boyfriend. I don't know. It could both be her boyfriends. Who knows?
Yeah, she could have multiples.
Yeah. She's a skank hoe. But this is all tigers. There's nothing but tigers in here. Now these guys are jealous because I was looking at the other tank.
So, what is your oldest Oscar?
It'd be Jose. He's 6. Yeah. Jose.
So, given your name, we know you are a definitely an Oscar person. When did you fall in love with the Oscar?
You know, it was a gradual affair, really. Because I first got a 100-gallon tank in, must have been 76. Yeah, probably 76 or 75. And, you know, the guy at the pet store said, oh, yeah, these are all community fish. You can put them all. I had 4 Oscars, 2 Jack Dempseys, an arowana, a fire eel, tinfoil barbs, and something else. Well, after about 3 years, all I had was Oscars. If they didn't jump out of the tank, they got eaten. So then I had them for 15 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah. They like to mess with everything. But they don't tear up the plants. These plants just float up, because I haven't got them to sink onto that fake wood yet.
Well, my only problem with the 240 that I got behind me is if I put real plants in it, they're not going to stay down there because of all of the geos I have in there.
Yeah. I find that you got to start them when they're babies. They get used to it as babies and they're fine. But if you put them in as an adult, especially from an aquarium store, because they've only been in a tank, they don't know what it's like outside in the real world. Yeah, but the wild guys, they don't even mess with the plants at all. The wild caught, because they're used to them.
Yeah, they're everywhere in the wild, I'm sure.
It's the only benefit to a wild Oscar is that.
I mean, are they all the wild ones? Are they always skittish, or do they eventually come around to you?
Oh yeah, they come around. They come around. I just did a water change on their tank, the Milkwood Chase, so they're like, you know, screw you. You know we don't like that, and they don't. And I did it too far. I forgot what I was doing, and I overdrained it, and then I almost overfilled it.
I did that today with one of my fry tank. I was like, all right, I'm going to do a 50%. And then I, you know, shiny red ball kicked in and I was at like 80%. I'm like, uh-oh.
This has to be Jose. He's definitely the biggest guy here. This one. This guy right here. That's Jose. Turn sideways, buddy. Yeah, that's Jose.
Oh, yeah, he's a big one.
Yeah.
Biggest fish I have right now is, his name is Lorenzo. And I was told to put him down because he was sick.
Ugh. I don't believe in that.
And I'm like, look at him. He's a monster now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's funny we say monster. Really, is it a monster? No, it's not a monster.
It's definitely the biggest damn fish I have.
IRS, that's a monster.
Yes, that is a fact. They need to stay out of my paycheck.
Yes, they do.
I only make so much money. Stop robbing me.
I know. I went and bought her Thanksgiving meal. I couldn't believe how much it cost. Oh, wow.
It's sad, man, when you go to the grocery store, come out with 2 bags, and it costs you $100.
I know, because I mean, I always buy Thanksgiving, so I know how much I usually spend, and it was a good $50 more, and I got not as much stuff,
Yeah.
so it's kind of weird.
Well, I went to the fish store today, and I was looking at fish because the fish store owner told me he had some things that I don't have and I would probably want. And I was like, nah, I didn't buy nothing. But I was looking at the price of some of those fish, and I was like, man, I should buy every one of those. I got to stop. He actually was going to give me more fish that I already have. He's just going to give them to me. I told him no because I don't want any more convicts.
Ooh.
Somebody surrendered a pair of convicts, and I mean, they look terrible. And that would be the only reason why I would take them, is because they were mistreated, and I know I can get them back to health. That would be the only reason I would take it, but I decided not to. So I got a soft spot in my heart for animals. I really do. What do we got there? That looks like a koi.
Do you see a stingray in there? You see
I
a
don't.
tail.
I see a tail, but no ray. There it is.
She buries herself. I keep thinking she's jumped out every time. There's my new long fin. And her brother behind her, and there's another one in there.
That fish is so dark it blends in with the substrate.
And it's bright outside.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Bingo! I guess
I was
she's
told I
mad.
can't save every fish. I can. I can.
She's like, nope,
There
I'm
it
not
is.
talking to you.
Yeah, it's wild. Every fish has a different personality,
Yes. Pet them.
especially Oscars.
You can pet the Oscars. Go for it.
Oh yeah, I have.
I've seen people do it. Yeah,
I would
when
love to
Bingo's
interact with
out,
Rays.
I'm gonna probably keep Bingo in that tank for probably 3 months, and then I'll move her over to this tank. I think
You
that's
got
where I
Mystic.
went wrong last time, was I rushed the quarantine.
You got Mystic Pets wanting to get a bigger tank so she can get a stingray.
Yeah, they have stingrays that only get to be 12 inches. I saw that they're at predatory fins right now. They're really super cute. They look almost like Ray Ray. But they only get 12 inches, so you can keep them in a 100-gallon, no problem. Of course, that's a really big tank to some people.
Some people it is. You're correct.
Yeah.
Like I thought my 125s were huge, and then I got this 240 behind me. I was like, yeah, that's not a big tank at all.
Yeah, when you get a bigger one, that's when you go, no, that's not big. This is big, and then you find out there's bigger ones. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, I've got an exchange going to happen here soon. I'm gonna hook up with somebody, and we're gonna trade tanks, and I'm gonna end up with a bigger tank for my Oscars.
Yeah.
I got 2 lemon Oscars that need a new tank.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do good in a 120-gallon.
Yeah, they will.
No, right now I've got my Lutino in a 75 by herself. That's Daisy. I've had her since she was 2 inches long. And then I've got, I renamed her June. She is in a 75 by herself, and I've had her since she was about 6 inches long. And I essentially rescued her because everybody bought all of her tank mates and didn't take her. Like the guy
Ooh,
bought
I hate
every.
that.
I'm like, why did you not take that one too?
Yeah. Don't leave a man behind. I hate that.
Yeah.
I've been known to do that. Buy the whole tank.
Me too. I've bought entire tanks.
Yeah, they look at you funny, like, what do you mean the whole tank? Like,
I want every fish in the tank.
Bag it up. Bag it up.
Yeah. You know, that's like I went to I wanted to get more Mbunas for my 125. So I seen some on OFR, they had like 50 of them for, rehoming. So I contact them and, they tell me this ridiculous price per fish for free fish that they got. And I ended up going to my local fish store and bought an entire tank for half of what I was going to give them for some free fish that they got.
That fish right there, she's always in the corner by the heater. She's wanting that light out. She keeps looking. You can turn the light out? No.
That's her spot.
Yep, it is. That's her spot. That's where she's always at. She keeps coming back over here too. Poor baby.
If we have so many power outages during the winter here, I'm far too afraid to keep them. If I move to better grid system someday, I'll be keeping them.
We've had maybe a couple of power outages, but they only last maybe 30 minutes at the most. We haven't had a drastic one yet. But I got the generator, so I'm set. I don't worry about it.
For those who want to know, I will be trading Slim Tim one tank for his tank.
I thought that's who you were going to trade with.
Yeah. He's got a 120.
I hate seeing stuff floating around. That's why I'm going to add another filter.
It happens.
But I did just feed him, so.
Yeah, give those Oscars time. That'll be gone.
Oh, they won't eat it if it's on the ground. Once it hits the ground, these guys are so spoiled. They have to have it on the top. When it goes to the ground, forget it. Unless it's shrimp. They will eat the shrimp no matter what. But their fish food, not these guys. Nope, they won't touch it. They're terrible. Why
so,
that way? I don't know.
What is your food bill a month with all these fish?
I used to only spend, I was buying food for 6 months at a time because I get a better deal that way. And I was spending like $60 every 6 months. Well, now with Ray Ray and Bingo, I'm up to $100 every 6 months because they have to have frozen food. I've not gotten them on pellets.
Okay.
So, and it's just going to go up from there, but that's okay. But buying the bugs, I swear, it has saved me so much money. I was spending so much on Bug Bites and Extreme, to keep them happy. And the only ingredient in there is the soldier fly larva, the black soldier fly. But you can buy those, and they're dead. You just, and it's so much cheaper, and they love it.
So I got fry that I'm raising, and I ran out of fry food, and I was like, what do I do? I'm like, oh no, what do I do? So I just started grabbing fish food that I had, and I made my own.
Yeah.
And they love it. So I got a video coming out on how I do that and what I'm using. So that I'm going to do. How long you been in the hobby?
I've had tanks since 76 or 75, but I haven't had Oscars or fish that whole time. I've had fish for 20, 25 years. And then reptiles as well. I love reptiles. My turtles. I love my turtles.
Do you currently have a turtle?
I have 2 turtles at the moment. I've had them for almost 30 years. They were free. They were found. And it's Chicken Butch.
Nice.
She's laid eggs, but none have hatched. So that's just kind of a good thing. No one really wants red-eared sliders. But I like them.
So I've got a pond behind me, and we have a turtle that comes up next to my next door neighbor's property line by his garden, will dig a little trench, lay her eggs, and then leave.
Yeah.
And there are little baby turtles every year. I think I'm going to swoop up 1 or 2.
Cool.
My wife is going to kill me.
Do you know what kind they are?
I'm not 100% sure. They don't get very big, though.
Now, there's not too many turtles that really get big here in the U.S.
My wife will definitely kill me.
You know, they have to be the smelliest, nastiest pet I've ever had. I learned more about filtration because of them than any other thing. Trying to keep their water clean and non-smelly. Oh my God, it's bad.
I just got the text message. You're not keeping a damn turtle.
I don't blame her. They're a good pet, but they're awful to take care of because they smell. I mean, it's atrocious. They poop more than Oscars do. It's and they like that black dark water.
Yeah.
They prefer that. The detritus, they love it. I don't. As a one having it in my tank, I didn't like it. So
Yeah, I'm not a fan of a murky, dark, cloudy tank. It just doesn't do anything.
Water bugs me because you can't see the fish, and I don't want to hunt for them. I just want to look at them. Just come to the glass when you see me, you sucker, or you won't get fed.
Definitely. That's like
I try to give them a good home, but you know, if they don't like it, they really can't do anything about it, I guess.
No, they really can't. They're stuck. So I came down here one day and my 240 was cloudy.
Ooh.
And I did a water change on it like 3 days before that. I'm like, why is my tank cloudy? I'm like, what the actual hell? So I started investigating, and 2 of my 4 canister filters were not working. I'm like, what happened? So, you know, me being me playing detective, I take them apart, and my fists were back there fighting near the inputs by where these 2 inputs are. And they drummed up all the sand. The sand got sucked into it and plugged them up tight. I was like, oh. So I spent 2 days cleaning and filtering and cleaning it, all 3 filters and putting 3 of them up while 1 was still running. And the one that I had running that everybody hates is a Marineland 360. That is a shitty filter. Everybody says it's shitty. They always talk about how it always leaks. I've had 0 issues with this filter. So, but I got it all cleaned up and straightened away, and she was good to go. And she's clear again.
Nice.
FX6s do not like sand.
No, they just not. No. If you hear it, you can hear it. As soon as you get just 1 grain, you can hear it in the motor. That grinding sound. It's like, ew.
It's like, yep, time to take you apart and clean you.
Yeah. I do that like once every 6 months anyway. Take it totally apart, put it all back together just to make sure everything's running good.
I got to do the FX6 that's on my goldfish pond. I am not looking forward to that.
Oh, they're messy too.
Oh man.
But nothing like an Oscar.
It's been running for, I'm going to say probably 5 or 6 months now without me touching it. Ooh. It's going to be rough.
By the volume of the stuff, the water coming out is my gauge.
Oh, she's still pumping.
Yeah,
she's pumping like a champ.
Right? Yeah, that's the problem. They still keep pumping.
I mean, she's throwing water all the way across that pond. And then if you've seen the 300-gallon stock tanks, you know, they're pretty wide.
Yep.
I'm like, woo.
Yeah, I have mine all angled in different directions, so I try to get all the water moving towards the right side of the tank from left to right. I like that river thing. You have it at the end. The inlet is on one end, and then the outlet is on the other end.
Yeah.
That's my preferred way to do it. But they don't set these tanks up that way. They always have the overflows in the back.
I've got mine.
We're in the middle.
I've got a wonderful like a power head on each corner, or a wave maker.
Yeah.
And I've got it blow into the center where all my outlets or inlets are.
Yeah.
And it works well that way because
I gotta get some of those. They're getting that age where I gotta have more water pushing at them because they like to be in the flow. And I don't.
They do.
And it's just not powerful enough to keep them happy. I guess if I angled them all in the same direction, maybe they'd like that. I'll think about that. Or I can just get a power head. I like that.
I've got a lot of different ways I run power heads down here. I got power heads on sponge filters, just a power head by himself. There's different
I
ways
used
you
to
can
do
do it.
that when I had my underground filter. I had the power head on top of it. It worked out really well.
Oh, I've never messed with an under gravel filter.
Oh, that was the way to do it in the day.
Yeah, I got into the game a little late. I've been into fish keeping since I think I had one when I had a few fish tanks when I was a kid, but they were, stupid little fish. Had a couple of goldfish that, kicked the bucket. I didn't have anything really substantial until I was an adult. I had a goldfish I got at a fair, so I bought a 10-gallon tank and chucked it in there.
Yeah.
It survived for 10, almost 11 years in a 10-gallon tank.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Got a water change once a week.
Wow.
It was the only fish in there. It was it and a zebra Daniel.
A little comet goldfish, one of the comet ones.
Yeah. One of you went at a fair.
I had some of those I was using as feeders, and they grew out, so I put them in the pond. They got to be almost a foot long.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I didn't know they got that big. I'm thinking that's probably not the full size.
I've got it's a koi hybrid in my pond right now. That puppy is 9-10 inches long.
Big for a goldfish, right?
Yeah. And it's probably going to get bigger. I had a comet that was a foot that died last summer.
Hey guys, what's up? They're like, are you still here? Are you going away?
Yeah. No, I'm not going away. I'm staying
The
here.
water's done. You're supposed to leave now. They're funny. Oh, let me see what the jury is.
All right, she didn't hear the part where I said about the turtle, so we're going to leave that out.
Let me show you this other 10. My 420.
420 somewhere.
Yeah, and it's 420 in my kitchen. Oh, do you want to hide? No, there he is. Let's see if we can get him. I'm going to sneak up.
Sneak attack.
Yeah, this guy, look, he runs. He's like, I'm going to move.
On the move.
That's the Juria Oscar. They found their DNA, but they don't have it. They come from someplace in Amazon. And they're calling them the Juria Oscars. There's actually 6 of them in here, but you never see them. Oh, there's 2 of them out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let me give them some food. Maybe they'll stay.
Bethany said it's 420 all the time, June Mama.
One skedaddled. This tank is almost 4 feet tall.
It's pretty tall.
10 feet long. Yeah, it's pretty big.
It's 10 feet long?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
This was my lemon tank. I took it totally down and left it down for a while, and then I put these guys in there and I set it back up. Here they go. These guys are supposed to be very deadly, what the breeder told me. That not to put them with any other fish because they will kill them.
They look pretty cuddly to me.
Yeah, don't they? I mean, sweet. Look at that. They're just sweet. They hate me more than the Milko Jays. These guys hate me more.
At some point in time, are going to have to get me, I got to get me another monster tank.
I'm thinking of getting another one next year. I don't know if I'm going to get rid of 2 tanks and get a new tank or fix my 2 tanks and get another tank anyway. Something's going to happen.
What 2 tanks do you have that are messed up?
I have two 250s. They both have a leak. One is acrylic and one is glass.
The glass one would be easy to fix.
Yes. But I'd
The
have to
acrylic, I don't know.
I've seen guys do it. I know exactly where the leak is. It's on a patch. It should be easy to fix. The bumblebees are sleeping, or so I'd show you those guys.
I like bumblebees. I'm really thinking about getting one of those.
I think they are the most beautiful Oscar because they have the perfect bars on them, like the datnoids.
Uh-huh.
That's what they, and it's just gorgeous the way they're all perfectly lined up. Because these guys are all blotchy. If you notice, they're red and black, red and black. It's not a straight line, but on the bumblebees, they are. It's a perfect straight line. Let's go scare them anyway.
She's like, let's go scare him anyway. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's go get him.
That's what I do.
Like, wake up, assholes.
Yes.
It's daytime. No sleeping. Well, we got Scuba Steve back. He's got a full belly. Oh, yeah.
That's a baby. That's how they look as a baby. This guy's more of an adult.
He's like, hey, he's like, why are you shoving that camera in my face?
They're like, we're sleeping here. We're sleeping. They're going to get mad. Let's go back over here. Come on, move, kitty.
The Oscars are one of the fishes that got me back into the hobby.
Yeah, when I moved the turtles to their pond, I had an empty tank. And I'm thinking, what I should put in there? And I'm searching through and I see lemon Oscars. And I went, oh my God. I gotta have it. And of course I killed every single one I got. Or they arrived dead. I had a chair in here, now it's missing, but that's weird.
You know, sometimes it happens, fish do just sometimes not make it. And the first thing you always hear, did you test your water? Sure. I tested my water for the fish that, didn't make it. It's a little late once it's gone.
Freaking cats. I gotta go get a soda. I'll be right back.
You go get your soda. Man, I need to get me a tank about that size. All right, you guys want to help fund buy me a tank that big? I'm taking donations, so starting right now. For just $2 a minute, you can buy me a new tank. Oh, one of these days when I get my rich uncle gets out the poorhouse, we're going to build a building in my backyard. And that's going to become my fish house. So it's going to happen. I'm tearing my back garage down. Build a, I don't know, 30 by 30, maybe a 40 by 40. And see what happens. And just let it go from there. That's how we do it. That's the goal anyway.
Oops.
I'll probably move everything from down here except for the 240. Maybe I'll just keep this down here, this side like it is, and just keep this as my personal shit. And then everything else will be in the back. I found a couple places selling some larger tanks. A guy had a 220 for sale. Brand new. I think it was like 18 or 1900 bucks, which isn't terrible. I've never bought a new tank that big. My 240 was used, and I got it for 200 bucks. So,
Wow, that's a good price.
I bought it from Ohio Fish Rescue.
Oh, so energetic.
Yeah, and I just don't. I don't think I have enough. I don't have the cojones to get one of those down these stairs again. Let me tell you something. This 240 weighs 500 pounds empty.
Oh, I believe
This is an
this
old
the
one.
tank we're at right now is 764 pounds acrylic. That's pretty
Yeah.
heavy.
That's heavy.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are afraid of a big tank and, things of that nature. They're afraid of, buying a used tank. That doesn't scare me.
This is
I've
my only
resealed.
new tank.
I think I've resealed the majority of my tanks down here. I bought a brand new 75 that I had to reseal.
Oh, there's my copper Oscar. The baby's got a thing in his butt. That's cute. You can barely see him over there. He is a short body. Naturally, a short body. Oh, I'm getting dirty looks from the other tank. Yeah, I fed him. I did.
Oh, the Oscars definitely let you know you're doing something they don't like.
You're not supposed to do that. Knock the water all over the tank.
They'll be all right.
Sorry, Red.
That's like every time I clean my Lutino Oscar's tank, she goes to the bottom and lays down. I remember I was doing a live stream and somebody's like, "Oh my God, is you cleaning your dead Oscar's tank?" I said, "That Oscar isn't dead. It's like just laying down there moping." She's sad because I'm messing around in her tank. She's a crybaby.
These guys are not joking.
No, they. Oh wow.
They're knocking water out too. You act like they didn't feed him yesterday. Crazy.
I resealed my 29-gallon. Then silicone was just ripping off and all dry rotted. Hey man, I will reseal whatever I got.
I know because glass is glass, right?
Glass is glass. It's not hard to reseal a glass tank.
Right. I've resealed 3 tanks, and they're still working great.
So I went up to help Noisy Aquatics fix his car, and then while I was there, he had a 29-gallon tank that he was going to run, and I'm looking at him like, man, I wouldn't use that. Those seals look terrible. He's like, I got caulk. I was going to reseal it. He's like, I just don't know how to do it. I said, hold on, I'll help you. Like 20 minutes later, it was resealed.
Wow.
It's
Yeah,
not
you gotta be
terrible.
quick,
It's
too.
pretty easy.
You got to be quick. Can't be lollygagging when you're sealing tanks.
No, you definitely can't be, running around and doing all kinds of things. You got to be focused.
Don't they give you like 15 minutes before it sets where you can't mess with it? I think it's 15 minutes.
It's 10 minutes is before it starts to skim over.
Okay, 10 minutes. Wow, it's even
Yeah.
faster.
You see it right there. We buy used all kinds of used tanks all the time.
Yeah.
Bob Lazar, baby, that is going to be the topic for Wednesday.
I don't know about that guy. He's questionable, but he knows that Element 115. He said it before anybody else. That's credible. That's kind of weird.
I got some new information today on that guy that I didn't hear. I've never heard before. So
Yeah.
me and Tommy have already been planning on what it's going to be.
Ooh. I think it's all fascinating.
You know what? I think the fascinating thing is the platform that we have to do what we're doing on.
Yeah.
It's not like being on here.
Yeah, I went ahead and got the Rumble Premium because I hate commercials. I just hate them.
Yeah, I don't like commercials either. I agree with you, Scuba Steve. I grew up and didn't really have shit. Now I got something and I still don't have shit. What up, Shamu?
I thought I had stuff, but it really wasn't mine. It was my parents.
Yeah.
They misled me. That's all right.
That's like when it comes down to doing like fish tanks and such, everybody tries to reinvent the wheel when it all comes back to everything we've already done. You can't really do much in this hobby that hasn't been done already.
Well, when you think about it, the Romans had pools where they kept fish in pools, so it's been around forever. So it's over 2,000 years if you think about it.
You know, we do have some my wife just put it right pretty plain there. We have some old tanks that are very heavy.
Yep.
That's how I got them cheap off of Facebook Marketplace. Like I've got a 75 over here, I swear, that is as heavy as my 125.
Oh, I did find that stupid thing. I've been having trouble finding a good mag float to fit on these bigger tanks because you can't put any pressure or anything because they don't stick. It's too thick. And I found my $100 mag float. I can't believe I found it. I can't remember where I put it. Oh man. Where did I put it? Oh, I know where I put it.
You know, you're talking about mag flows and like, you know, so I've got my Midas cichlid in a 75 over here. And everything that I use to try to clean the glass on that tank, he is nice. Sure, I should say she is striking at it. She was taking chunks out of the scraper I got with the sponge on a stick. No, she ain't having that.
I smack them with it so they leave it alone.
Oh, I could smack her in the face with it and she's gonna come right back.
I've never had, well, I have had them come back because this tank, the Tiger tank, there's two in here that will attack me if I put my hand in the water. And I just thump them and they like, what? They back up and like, what? I don't have any plants in here right now because these guys are being treated for ick. I have the temperature high. It just
so what are you using though? Are you using just heat or are you using chemicals?
Oh, I don't do the chemicals. I don't like that. I do have ICX and it kind of worked, but then it didn't. And just having the higher heat, I had salt in there earlier, but I've so many water changes, it's probably already gone. I might add more, but I just like using the higher heat.
I use aquarium. Oh, not aquarium salt, but I use Morton's water softener crystals. It actually it cures it fast.
You know, for this tank I've been using the Aquarium Co-op salt. I usually use marine salt, which usually works really good. I usually add it to the tanks anyway, just a little bit, not a whole bunch.
Shamu, I'm not going to stick my hand in that dude's tank or that chick's tank. She's going to mess me up, dude. I kind of like my skin. I'm not stupid.
Some fish that are crazy, like cats. Some cats are crazy. It's like this, these guys are more aggressive than any other Oscars I have. Well, the Juria, they just leave me alone. The bumblebee, I don't mess with them because I've seen them kill fish. They're killers. I know that. They did it so horrendously, like piranha. It was crazy, absolutely crazy. And I had a camera in my hand. I should have filmed it, but I was so in shock seeing it, I didn't even think to film it. I'm a terrible YouTuber.
Well, sometimes, you know, the YouTube thing is just secondary to everything else I got going on.
I mean, it's like these guys going after the food. That's like what they did to a fish. And they singled it out and one attacked it and then the rest attacked it. And, oh my God, it was horrible. They just ripped that poor thing apart. It's like, dang. And it was a good sized fish.
Discus North has got a buttload of Oscars as of now, and he says his Oscars won't even eat a baby silver dollar.
It's always good until it's not.
That is correct. I've got Siamese algae eaters in this 240, and I watched my big Oscar chase one around until it caught it. And he was proudly swimming around with his tail hanging out his mouth. I didn't take it from him. He earned it.
Yeah, because once the last bumblebee got bigger than the star sapphires, they started attacking them one by one. And I was thinking, what is going on? Where's these fish going? Until I saw that, I didn't know that's what was happening. And then as soon as I dropped that net in the tank to gather the last 2 starfires, they attacked them right in front of me. And I was like, oh my God.
What's up, Garcia?
Oh, let's show Garcia Alberto. There he is.
There he is, Berto. There's Berto.
He's pretty. Good thing he was in the quarantine tank when everything happened.
He's chilling. Just swimming around.
He got into a fight with this guy over here for Shadow. So I don't know if he's with Shadow now or this guy is. But there's something going on with them.
I'll tell you what, Shamu,
Shamu,
you can put your hand in there.
Look at that little guy. And I've had him as long as I've had these guys. No longer. I've had him longer than these guys. And he's just a little guy. Where'd he go? I can't find him in my tank. There he is. I had 10 of those guys to start with. He's the only one left. I always get 10 of every Oscar when I get them, but they don't all make it.
Yeah, I don't have any places to put 10 Oscars.
But if that's what all you're going to put in there, it wouldn't be no problem. But
I've got 2 in the
fish in there
240.
too.
Oh, yeah. And I don't have any beef going on in this tank with those 2 Oscars I have in there. They get along just fine. Everybody in this tank gets along great.
It's only been 4 months. I think I moved them 4 months ago or 5 months ago. But they usually when I get a fish, it goes in a tank. It's there forever. I don't take it out. It's their tank. So for me to move fish was kind of different.
Noisy is a Midas cichlid, Jamie. Anybody knows anything about a Midas cichlid knows they are assholes. So we will see. I'm about to put my Red Tiger Moto in there and see what happened. That dude needs his ass whooped.
I'm so glad I found that float. That is so cool.
So you're talking about mean fish. So my 125 that I got my natural blue Acara in now used to be my African cichlid, like my Mbona tank. And I threw a dwarf jewel cichlid in there. I threw a couple of them in there. And ended up with 1 left. And that son of a bitch killed every fish in the tank. He killed like 60 fish.
It's horrendous. You don't expect it. Of course, we expected he probably wouldn't put him in there, but I find it shocking how they do that.
It's like, how did the little dwarf cichlid take out a 6? I mean, this fish was maybe 2.5, 3 inches long. It took out a 6-inch long, beautiful OB peacock. Just done. And just went on a rampage after that.
He had a bad day.
Yeah, and it well, at the current time, it was the oldest fish I had. Now I don't have it anymore. It is gone.
These 2 big red Oscars, they monopolize this tank. They pick on every other fish. It's funny.
Oh,
They've done that in every tank I've had them in. The red Oscars seem to grow faster than any other Oscar. Because they're bigger than the tigers. And they're younger. Are you playing in the bubble? Did you knock that head off? You did. You knocked it off. They love knocking off the nozzles. They like that, the flow. This is what they like. That is what they like. And she did it. She likes it.
She's mean. Get that out of here.
Oh, she's not nice to me at all. It could be one of the ones that attacks me. I don't know. There's two in here that will go for me. Look at this guy. Oh, I'm just cruising.
Laying sideways, just chilling.
I go, oh, is he sick? No, he's not sick. He's an Oscar. That's what they do.
Yeah, mine, like I told you, like the one I got in the 240 back here, the big one, you know. It was moping around, laying at the bottom of the tank, and I had this one person that just wouldn't leave it alone. He's like, "Oh, that Oscar's sick. You need to put that Oscar down." I'm like, "Dude, you don't know what you're talking about, bro." So I moved it and put it because it was technically in quarantine, you know, because I got it from a fish store that I don't normally go to. So I had it in quarantine with the Pleco. So then I finally moved it into my 125, my South American 125, completely different fish. Uh-oh. They're beefing. Or breeding, one of the two.
There's 3 breeding pairs in that tank, and they all against the back wall, and they fight the guys next to them. They don't fight each other, the mate. They only fight the guy next door.
Do you ever get any viable fry out of there?
I've gotten all the way to wigglers. And then it wasn't the tank boss that had the eggs, so the tank boss went over and ate them. But I got to wigglers. But then I don't know, do I want to breed them? Oh my God, I don't know.
I mean, you can breed
so
and sell Oscars.
Eggs. Yeah, but there was so many eggs. Jesus Christ.
Well, the way that I look at it is when I have like my Severums. When they breed, I see the amount of eggs they have, and I see, you know, I count right off the bat, 50% of them are probably not going to make it.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, cool. So I can put them in a different tank. I can, you know, let them grow after they hatch. I let them hatch, and I keep them with the parents for about 2 to 3 days. And then I steal them. My wife is like, "You're stealing babies again?" I said, "Yeah." But you keep them with the parents for a couple of days, so, you know, they get the first bit of, like, you know, nutrition they need. Believe it or not, the parents are pretty good at that. And then that's when you steal them, and then you give them high quality food, like high quality fish food, like fry food, and then you end up with a tank full of shit like this. I have probably 40 in this tank and like 120 upstairs in my grow out tank.
Wow, I know. I know I would want to keep every single one too. That's the bad part.
It keeps you from buying Oscars, though.
Bam.
They're not all that expensive. Everybody's like, "Oh, the fish are expensive." Nah, those aren't that expensive.
No, not relative to other fish. No, they're not. My longfins, now those have gone up in price quite a bit, and the wilds are very expensive, but the regular Oscars, no, they're pretty reasonable. Even the lemons are coming down in price.
Oh, yeah.
You heard that too? You did, yeah.
Oh. I apologize. I got like 6 text messages.
I
No.
think these guys want to breed because I have the heat up because of the ick. But I don't think they'll breed if they have ick. I don't know.
I don't know who this is, but they said rat woman.
Oh, that's Rob. He's a friend of someone I don't particularly get along with.
Ah.
That's what they call me. They call me a fat rat woman, all kinds of stupid stuff. Little boys, little penis, whatever.
Well, you know what? Not trying to be a dick, but on my stream, you show people respect or you can leave. Plain and simple. That's how I look at it.
I know, like they think that's really going to bother me or something. You know, I told her. Really? So funny.
Oh. All right. For one, Craig, we're not doing that here, bro.
You know what I'm saying? You're the freaking thief, dude.
We're not doing that here.
See what I'm saying? I mean, it's crazy, right?
Not doing it. I don't go on anybody else's streams, and I don't talk shit about anybody. So why are you doing it on mine?
Yep. If he wants to talk crap to me, he does it on his own stream, not somebody else's. That's the rule. At least that's what I thought. There must be another victim out there they're looking for. That's why they're doing that. They're good at being thieves. That's true. I'll give them that.
Well, they've been removed, and that's that.
They're part of the reason why I'm leaving YouTube. I got enough to deal with. I don't want to cause crap on other people's live streams for whatever reason. And I just find it rude. They can think what they want. People can think what they want. I do not fucking care.
You know what? I will put it like this. I am the person that gives everybody respect. You know what I mean? That is what it is. If you don't like it, you don't have to watch. There's an X at the top of the screen that tells you can move on to the next person. If you don't like me, you can unsubscribe to me.
Yep.
You don't have to follow me. You don't have to listen to me. Exactly. You don't have to do anything. Just go on about your day.
There's a million channels out there.
Correct. If I'm not your cup of tea, move on.
Yep. I'm sorry they brought that up because I'm so tired of it. I'm so done with it.
And you know, the sad thing is, old dude was up here a little bit ago, and he didn't say anything like that.
Yeah. Cowards. I ain't afraid. I ain't living my life afraid of nobody.
It's just sad.
Yep, that's my little penis. It's a little penis mind. It's like, come on, dude. Get over it. You got the money. You got the crystals. Why are you harassing me? I don't know. But I'll be the thief, though. That's cool. I took away their dignity, that's for sure.
Yeah, it is what it is.
It upset me for a bit, but I'm over it. I thought I had friends. I guess I was just a con to them. Whatever.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that, you know, can be your friend, and there's also people out there that act like they're better than you.
Yeah. No, I don't see anybody better than me. I don't see people less than me. I see people. Just leave me alone. I leave you alone. You leave me alone. I just noticed they broke my airline. I'm sitting there staring at that huge bubbles going up. You little shits. I got more bubble wands.
Yeah, I'm not going to happen. Yeah. It's not about that, Garcia. It's the fact that you don't go on somebody's live stream and disrespect somebody. If you want to do that shit, do it on your own.
I love Garcia. He is so cool. His tanks are exactly how I like them set up. Just with a little bit of rocks, a little bit of sticks, bammo. It's all about how you pile on the rocks.
Now I'm aggravated. Only takes a little bit to piss me off, especially when I'm already in that headspace. You know what I mean?
It's just stupid people act like that. It's like, you know, God, that was what? That was December. No, that was March. The last payment I sent them was December. Yeah.
It has nothing to do with me. So why do we gotta bring it here?
That's right. And I didn't want to do a live stream on my own and have them do all that. And I was like, no, I ain't gonna do it. Because if you block them, they still can come on your channel and talk shit, even though you can't see it. They're still there. So what's the good of blocking anybody? You're the only one that can't see it. Everybody else sees all this crap going on but you. That was a good move, YouTube.
Oh.
Other than that,
it is what it is.
Experience on YouTube. I've enjoyed everybody else that I've met. Gotten some really good information. Got some really good fish and plants. Overall, it's been a success, I would think.
You know what? I've met some good people on here. You know, I've met some real good people on here. Garcia, Shamu, Discus North, Flatbed, Tommy,
Yeah.
you know,
Whole
Steve-O,
bunch of nice people. Yep.
J-Rock. I mean, I've met some good people on here,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to
It only
let that.
takes one person to knock you off your feet. You know, just like at work, one customer can blow your whole day. It's like, why did I
One
let that
day,
happen?
yeah. And this dude right here, Jesse, that's my dude.
I love picking on him.
He's easy to
so
pick
much
on.
fun. He is. He's so much fun. He gets so butthurt. I just love it. I know he's not really butthurt, but he plays it off really good. Or maybe he is butthurt. I don't know. But it's funny. I'm only here for the laughs.
I'm here for the fish and the conversation of getting to know somebody.
Uh-oh.
You know what I
We
mean?
gotta go upstairs. I gotta show you my upstairs tanks because my battery's going dead.
Okay.
I'll show you my plecos I'm sending out. Come on. There you go.
Oh, children. It's all
Children are
there.
great.
I don't have any. I got a dog who's 12 years old. I've got probably 1,000 fish.
Which are like children, better than.
Yeah, they just don't talk and ask for an allowance.
I
I got to feed them every few days.
I said that pets were better than kids. And what? Are you crazy? Yeah, pretty crazy.
I'm nuts. That's what I don't think people. I don't think people know that about me. There's a couple of screws up here that aren't very tight. Jesus Christ, I'm married and I'm a mechanic. You think I don't ask for punishment on a daily basis?
That was my husband's profession when I met him, was a mechanic.
I've been a blue collar worker my whole life. I've done nothing but bust my ass. It's like with this YouTube thing. I've busted my ass to do this, to make it to where I'm at.
Yay, we're charging. Let's lift it up. This tank is tall.
Absolutely,
It's
Scuba.
up.
Some of them screws fell out a long time ago. Tommy said he's batshit crazy. What's your problem? You upset
I'm
because
just
there's no
woman
thing going on?
crazy.
Oh, they don't want me to turn my wife loose on them. I promise you. I'll sit right back and just let her do what she's got to do.
Where'd they go? Now they're hiding. Oh, they're behind.
There they are.
Those are going to go to Daniken.
You have somebody who is screaming your name in the comment section.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Salient. I can't see the comments. I'm sorry, guys. I can't see you. I don't have another.
All he wanted to say was hi.
Aw. I know. Sometimes I make him wait before I say hi. Hello, Salient. Finally got my Skittles tank.
Oh, wow.
I've tried to do this for 3 years to have shrimp, and this is the longest they've lived.
So I was told the key to having shrimp is leave the tank alone. Don't do a damn thing to it.
For me, this is a 2-year-old tank. I took out the plecos that had been in here for 2 years, put them in another tank, and then put the shrimp in. And so far, so good. Just having a cycle tank wasn't good enough. I had to have it seasoned. I don't know why I like them, but I do.
You know what? I've never kept them.
They're kind of creepy looking, but I like them. I have a magnifying glass.
I've had ghost shrimp and they haven't made it long.
Oh, look!
Holy shit, that actually works.
Yeah, it's the only way I can see them because they always hide. But these guys haven't been hiding. They're everywhere in the tank. It's like, yeah, do your thing. And then I saw some little specks of orange that were swimming around, and it turns out they were the orange shrimp babies. I thought, wow, they're in the Sawasser tank. This is the only moss I can grow. Is this? This is it. Subwasser tank. I just got these white ones from Foxy. I think they're cool. I need to get green ones and yellow ones.
I think Shamu wants to move in with you. You're gonna start calling you mama and enjoy the aquarium heaven.
Yeah, plus she got all into fish when he first moved in here. He was awestruck by them. He goes, those look easy to keep. I can do that. I mean, well, it's not that easy, but yeah, you could do it. Let's see. Let's light up my puffer and let's see what he's doing.
Shit, you got a puffer too?
Yeah, I got a fajaka.
Get the fajaka out of here.
I know, isn't that the greatest word in the world? Fajaka.
Yeah.
Fajaka you.
Fajaka you too.
See, I think it's cool. Let's see if he comes out. Oop. All right. Come on, McCloud. Come out. Oh, there he is. There, he's sitting on the bottom. Now, he sleeps on the sand. He's looking at me. I can see his eyes moving. Hello?
Hey Tommy, I sent you something in on Messenger.
Wake up, wake up. He's like,
Nah, I'm sleeping.
Yep. He's like, screw you, lady. He's chewing on a snail.
Jesse wants to see your
But they
face. He
sleep
said
in
he
the
hasn't
sand.
seen
They
his
actually
wife in a
bury
while.
there. It's kind of weird. Get over it.
Yeah. Build a bridge. Get over it. So how do you like that air
You've
pump
seen
back
one
there?
old lady, you've seen them all. You know, that's the only ones I use are those. They are nice and quiet. I run, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks on that one air pump. I put 2 of those on all of my bigger tanks for the Oscars because they like lots of oxygen. I was going to do that whole room thing. I even bought one of those big linear things.
Uh-huh.
But I can't stand wires. This bugs the heck out of me. And this is here because my cats keep bringing it to me. They keep finding airline. They're dragging it around the house.
Oh, it is what it is. You'll eventually find it.
Yeah, I do like those AirPods.
So I have one that I've got running 15 tanks.
I can believe it. One of those?
And no, it's a little different than that. I bought it off of Amazon. It's an Aquaneat.
Okay.
And I mean, it is literally running every tank on this side of the fish room.
You woke up. Hello. Hello there, McCloud. Hello.
No, there he is.
Yeah, and he's a baby.
He is a baby. Holy crap.
I dewormed him 2 days ago, and it's been killing all the worms in the tank. I'm like, yeah, great. I hate bugs. I don't know.
I'm not a big bug fan either.
Well, that big old thing of poop is off of him. Nope, he still got it.
Yeah, he ain't quite got the hang of taking a poop yet.
Yeah, he's just a baby. He likes to sleep inside that cave. That little cave, I think it's cute. That one right there, he's always in it.
He's got the high vantage point so he can watch out for predators.
He's got the penthouse. I had a bunch of more caves in there, but I took them out because I could never find them. I hate looking for fish. Yeah, hello, McCloud. Hello. He wants his worms. Get the man some worms.
Man, he is tiny.
Yep. He's only been here for maybe 2 weeks, if that. Yeah, 2 weeks, if that.
Oh, let's see. Oh, striking.
I know, considering how big they get when they're full grown, it's amazing that he's so small.
Yeah, he's tiny. What's he like?
We also
2.5 inches?
Yeah, he's about maybe an inch, inch and a half, maybe an inch and a half. Yeah, he's grown since I got him. He was a little bit smaller than that. Yeah, I put the bloodworms right there, dude. You can find it. Oh, the one's gonna fall down. You're gonna get it. They are good little hunters. Nice at the top. Hello, Miss Ufahaka.
I got a Amazon puffer.
Oh, those are cool.
That little dude destroys some snails.
Oh yeah.
Like I'll chuck a handful in there, and I mean, smashing them before they even get towards the middle of the tank. He's already got chunks ripped out of them.
Hello, buddy. What cracks me up is he looks me in the eye wherever I'm at. He'll go right to my eye level. That trips me out. How does he know about eye level?
Yeah, he doesn't know what eye level is. He just knows he likes you. Puffers are, pretty personable.
Yeah.
They're like Oscars, believe it or not. My Oscar will look me right in the face when he's not hiding. Like he is right now. Oh, excuse me.
It's so interesting. All these fish, they have, it's like I was raised at fishing as dumb animals, dumb, stupid animals, but no, they're not.
Nope.
They're not dumb, stupid.
They know how to survive.
Yep.
They definitely figure out how to survive, and they know who takes care of them.
Yeah. That's true, because they don't act the same when my son gets in front of the tank. They're not. It's not the same.
It's like my fish don't act the same when my wife's in front of the tank, except for Wing Wang and Bob, which is my two lemon Oscars names.
He can swim fast when he wants to.
Oh yeah. Keeps eating bloodworms like that, he's gonna be huge before you know it.
Yeah. I'll have to take. He won't eat all that. I'll have to take it out. But he likes that big old piece. If I put just a small piece, he won't touch it. He wants the big piece.
Selective eating.
Yeah. Because I've tried giving him like half of it, and he'll just look at it like, "Where's the other piece? You hold it out. You gonna eat that?" He's gonna start eating all of these seed shrimp that are in there. I can't think of what they're called, but he'll clean out the whole thing of those, which would be good because he's not gonna stay in this tank. I have a much bigger tank for him.
I think he's going to eat more of that bloodworms than you give him credit for.
Yeah.
I'm watching him. He's sneaky.
Yeah, he is. He is sneaky. I had a shrimp trap, and he tore the trap apart to get to the shrimp. They weren't coming out fast enough. He doesn't like it when I clean the glass either. He wants it all like that. Man, it's his tank. Let him do whatever he wants.
Oh. Jesse said he decorated the house for Christmas today. I did mine too. I put my outside lights up.
I left mine on from last year.
Yeah, mine were still up there. Only half of them worked, so I had to take them down.
I
was like,
turn mine on periodically just to see what if they're still working. So I know they're all still working right now. But I don't turn none of that stuff on until after Thanksgiving. That's when we started off.
Yeah, my hillbilly ass bought them from Walmart, so that's why they're cheap and junk. Yeah, it's just wild that every fish has a different personality, different, way of doing things.
I find that fascinating about animals because they're all individual, but yet there are similar things about each species. Yet there's tiny differences, and I just love it all.
It's like my girl dog. She's completely different than the boy I had. She likes things a certain way. Like, this sounds weird, but she poops in the perimeter, on the outside perimeter of the fence. So closer to the fence. So she has the middle of the yard to run around. Smart. My boy dog, shit right on the patio. Oh. Didn't care.
See, that's dumb, right? That's a dumb dog. If you think about it, I'm gonna step in it, or you're gonna step in it. He don't care. He's proud of his poop.
Yeah, he was definitely a handful. He was a good dog, though. Jesse wants to know if he can keep a couple of Oscars and a 20 long with a couple of Severums.
Yeah, you could. Sure, why not?
Yeah. Put 2 FX6s on it, you'll be just fine.
There you go. The filtration is the must, yes.
You got to have the key. Now, if you got that 20-gallon tank with a 240-gallon sump underneath of it, you'll be perfect.
I don't even have a filter on this tank at all, these 10 gallons. I just have air, and I do water changes every day or so.
I use 10s for grow out for like fry, so they get to a certain size. And I've got a 60-gallon large sponge filter in each one of them.
Any container will work as long as it holds water. It's a
absolutely. You say you might add a common pleco or two.
So. When I first started fish keeping, that's all there was those huge common plecos with those freaking mouths that were stuck on the glass. Grossed me out. Like lamprey. It's like, no. And now they're all cute. Now they're cute. How did they get so cute?
I don't know.
I don't know either, but they were ugly when I first saw them. I'm like, no.
You know what, Jesse? I thought about doing that. I was going to do it with a 10-gallon. I was going to put an FX6 on a 10-gallon. I was going to just put one of my Oscars in there just for the hell of it.
Before and I'm like, I can't do that. In my 40-gallon, I had an FX6 on it.
On a 40-gallon?
Yeah, I had with a shrimp bar. I had a 40-gallon, but I knew I was going to put the shrimp in there, so I took it off. I just had it tamed down. It worked out great. Just got to power it down, turn the little handle.
Yeah.
And then I put a spray bar. I have a tank with the Angels that has 2 FX6s on it, and I have a spray bar on it, and it works perfect.
I've got a couple of fish tanks that's got spray bars on them.
How do you like them? I like them for some fish. I think it's great.
So for my African cichlids, I got a 90-gallon and a 75, and they both have spray bars on them, and it does phenomenal because I get flow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The cichlid, I see the cichlid swimming in it, so that works. Yeah. But as far as like, yeah, and then I've got another one on my 75 with my Midas cichlid on there, and he doesn't seem to like, or she doesn't seem to like it. Well, tough shit. You're gonna like it.
They get used to it, or they'll find a calm spot in the tank and sit there.
Yeah, that fish also likes probably the fact that the temperature it's in now, than opposed to what it was before. So
he cracks me up.
That's some pretty good sized ram's horn snails.
Yeah.
So I've got a gold gourami in a tank by herself because she's a vicious little POS. And she has one giant ram's horn snail in there with her. It's her best friend.
I can believe it. I actually have a snail that I sort of purchased accidentally, a mystery snail.
Uh-huh.
I really don't like snails. They gross me out. But I named him Timmy, and I give him his snail food. He's doing okay. But the pleco's in there right on his back. That kind of bugs me. They're taking advantage of Timmy.
That is wild.
Well, they are baby plecos, but still. I mean, they just, I don't know. Things sucking on kind of bug me when you see stuff like that. Like, why are you sucking on it? What are you just going on there?
That's free Fahaka food for now.
Yes. Oh, yeah. He ate all the babies that were in here. You can see little tiny shells. The tiny shells, when he was in this tank, they're still in here too. I leave those as a warning to the snails. You will die. Because I must have put at least 1,000 snails in all of my Oscar tanks, but there's not a snail in any of them. I don't know where they went.
I don't know. They're probably somewhere in there. They're hiding. They're pretty good at hiding.
I think that's why the Oscars are staring at the back wall. I think some have actually made it there, and they're watching the tiny babies from the snails. And as soon as they get to size, they munch them down. Because they eat them faster than the larva.
That's awesome. That is fantastic. Snails are a good cleanup crew as well.
You know, I don't find them to be a cleanup crew. They seem to be a messy crew. They leave just as much poop as they go through. The plecos are good at I do have a pleco tank, but I don't know if I can even show that. It's so low. I have all my babies in there. There's about 100 of them. I'm going to move them to another tank. Maybe the 100-gallon. I could do that. Choo. Choo choo. Yeah, you ate like spaghetti. Did you see that? You did? Uh-huh.
Just getting it up. Try honey bourbon. Oh, I'd try some honey bourbon. Hey, welcome, Sweet Acre Koi Farm.
Sweets.
Yeah, I think some people got butthurt because I'm missing a few subscribers. Fucking assholes. I'm sorry, man. If you don't like the fact that somebody is talking to somebody that you may or may not get along with, what does that have to do with the fact of the other person? Yeah.
Go somewhere else with it.
That's all you got to do is just move on. But no, everybody's just got some vendetta that they feel they need to just bring to public.
I didn't think he'd come on your channel because you tore into him the last time they were on there. So I didn't think he'd be brave enough to come back.
I see him in person, I'll put his teeth in his stomach.
If I see him in person, I'm going to shoot his ass because he threatened me. He comes through my door, I will shoot you. Because I can
100%. I'll make him eat his teeth.
Anybody comes through my door, they break down my door, I'm going to shoot him. It's not allowed. He blends in too good caves.
He's going to find a cave and he's going to hide.
Yep.
So, June, what is your plan for the future with your fish?
My plan.
I'd say a 5-year plan, but that sounds like, from the movie Happy Gilmore or whatever it is, which is don't die. But you know what I mean? Like, what is your plan with your fish room?
I'd like to add more stingrays to the Oscar tanks because they get along well with them so far. I'm gonna try that for a while and see how that goes. I really like the stingrays. There's one more Oscar fish I want to get because it's the unknown DNA they found in the Amazon River. There's an Oscar that no one has seen, so I want that one. Maybe they'll find it in the next 5 years. That would be cool. I don't know. That's about. That's the only thing. I work. I have my projects going, but that's just normal stuff. It's not like a plan, right? I mean, I'm trying to get the angels to survive. I have an angel tank downstairs. I've had mixed results. And then to decide if I really want to breed the Oscars, because I definitely know how I can do it if I decide to. But should I? I don't know. I should do it at least once, I figured. Maybe once. Yeah. I really, it's really strange because I've met all of my goals that I had set for myself. I got to come up with new goals. Yeah, that's my 5-year plan, to come up with new goals.
I apologize. I'm sending a text message to my wife. Sorry.
That's fine.
She's at the laundromat washing a rather large comforter that doesn't fit in our washing machine. Because God forbid we make a washing machine that can wash a king size comforter.
I bought one that does. I bought it specifically for extra large loads like that, and it works great. Can't complain. I can put that huge comforter in there, and it cleans it nice. And I can sterilize it, sanitize it. I like that too. I hated going to the laundromat.
It's like, you remember the old school washing machines had the agitator in the middle?
Yep.
So they take those out of the washing machine, which gives it a little more room, but your clothes don't get as clean now.
Yep. There's nothing to agitate it.
Because the agitator's there. You got clothes just spinning around in shit soup. You know what I mean?
They have the barrel do it, though. Actually, the barrel rotates the clothes now, which is nice.
Yeah.
Rocks it back and forth.
But I mean, they don't make anything like they used to.
Well, they can't make anything that'll last because you'll never buy another one, and you have to buy another one.
That's a fact.
And
it's like
you can't fix it. You have to buy a new one.
It's like when I redid my house. I put a good furnace, a good air unit. I put a good hot water tank in here. You know what I mean? I said, I want something that's going to last.
Yep.
I bought names that I've known over the years that have lasted. Right. Well, I put an A.O. Smith hot water tank. Everybody's like, oh, it's the shittiest hot water tank they make. Well, I had one in my last condo that had the date on it from 1992. I moved out of my condo in 13. Wow. It was still in there. Wow. And still running great. So I put one in here, and lo and behold, the damn thing didn't make it 10 years. I've already replaced it, and I'm probably going to have to replace the one that I got in it.
Don't they say 10 years on a water heater? I thought they told me 10 years on a water heater.
I don't know what the average lifespan of one is, but I know back in the day, they lasted a long time.
Yeah, my mom had her house from the day it was made. She had it, and the only time we replaced the water heater was when I was like 40. I mean, that's crazy.
That's a long time.
Yeah, the same water heater.
Nothing lasts. I mean, nothing. I don't know. It's like you look at some of the older things. Like I've got an old Tetra Whisper air pump
Oh God, the old equipment is so much better than this stuff. Yes.
I mean, this thing is probably from like 90.
Yeah. Or even the ones from the 60s or 70s. It's amazing. Those stuff still works.
Still kicking it.
Yep.
You know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for an old school Ringer style washing machine.
Oh my gosh.
I'm talking old school. I remember my mom washing clothes on that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
We were
My grandmother
dirt
had
poor
that.
hillbillies. I mean, legit dirt poor hillbillies.
Yeah, that's what my family's from. My dad's side, they're from Oklahoma. You can't get more Okie than that.
I mean, we are straight out of the hills of West Virginia, man. It is what it is.
Good people though live there. Good people, down to earth, reasonable, common sense.
So I've been scouring Facebook Marketplace as of recently, just looking to see if I can find one. I
Yeah,
found one. I messaged the dude, and he said that somebody had bought it right before I messaged him.
Oh man, my dad was from Apache, Oklahoma, and we went back there to go visit some of his cousins. They got indoor plumbing that year. We went there. I was like, thank you, thank you. For the
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of shitting in an outhouse.
I know, right? Ugh. Then you gotta fill it in and dig another one. Ew, just grossness.
Yeah, I'll shit next to a tree before I dig a hole.
There's a list of things you can put this in the toilet, but not these things. And there's a huge list. Like, wow, I'm gonna pee my pants before I get done with that list. Because they had septic tanks in this one house we went to. Oh God, that was terrible.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do another video. I think I'm gonna have to put some people in their places. People are gonna have to learn that you are. It's kind of like a guest at your home. You know what I mean? When you invite somebody into your house, you're not gonna let somebody disrespect your guest. And that's kind of how I feel right now right here. This is my stream. This is my home. I'll be goddamn if I let any of you motherfuckers ruin anything that I do. Don't disrespect anybody here. You can see your way the fuck out.
And I believe that is the rule. You're not supposed to bring one crap from another stream into another stream. You don't do that because it's not the same people. They don't have any issue with it. Even if one of the people are involved, you still got no right to bring it over there.
I got 99 problems, but none of you guys are one.
There you go.
Oh, shit aggravates me to no end. Yeah, it's like my family. My family is the same way. You know what I mean? The only people that are worth a shit in my family are probably my mom and dad.
Yeah.
You know, I kind of feel like the more drama that you instill around you is the more that you have people that are just there just for the drama. And that's why I keep everything my way. You know what I mean? I keep my circle small for a reason because it keeps assholes out of it.
I know. I tell everybody I'm an orphan. I don't have any family. I just have my husband and my 3 kids. No, I have a huge family, but I can't stand them.
I've got 11 aunts and uncles. I've got about 70 cousins.
Yes. They're crazy. These people are nuts. They're absolutely nuts. They don't like pets. What kind of person doesn't like a pet of any kind?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, yeah, their dog. I pity the dogs that they have because they just keep them in the backyard and feed them, and that's it. You know, like, what do you have for? Well, I need a dog so I can bark. People come over. Someone breaks in. Whatever.
It is what it is.
Yeah. They drive me crazy. So, and then it's just gossip. Everyday gossip. Like the rest of the family. It's like, I don't want to hear it. Because I always give away their secrets. When they tell me crap, I'm going to tell the other one just naturally. I just give it out. I can't keep a secret for shit.
Well, Tommy, some people like to come on here and spew verbal diarrhea. And maybe I should go on their stream and disrespect them and see if they like it.
Oh, gosh, no. Oh, they would definitely have a fit about that.
That's why I removed myself from Fish Fam.
Yeah, I can see it. I totally can see it. It's like, drop it. Go away. You won. I did nothing to you.
You know, that's
Yeah.
my wife's grandmother won't come to my house because my dog's a pit bull and she's afraid it's going to rip her arm off.
Yeah,
Because,
exactly.
the media's got everybody so scared or so afraid of pit bulls when in reality, a chihuahua will bite you faster than a pit bull.
Barking bites, yes, barking bites. Those are the worst. When I worked at the vet hospital, that's all we ever saw was bites from small dogs. If a big dog bit you, chances are you may or may not survive it. But those little dogs, they'll just tear you up, and you will survive. It just be a lot of pain.
Yeah, it's like getting cut up by like a bunch of needles.
Yep.
My dog is, I shit you not, she was, I don't know, maybe 11 inches long and like 5 pounds. And
Ferocious.
grandma was scared to death of her. I'm
Yeah,
like, why?
yeah. Everybody hates cats, so I go, oh, you don't come over because of the cats? I'm gonna get me more cats. Thank you.
Jamie, I'm going to tell you 100% you're
It
wrong. I can take a lot of shit, but I can't take somebody disrespecting a woman or a child in front of me. That will get you ruined.
doesn't belong on your stream, no matter
Doesn't
what.
belong on anybody's streams. You got a problem with somebody, you take it up with that person. You don't do it on somebody else's shit. It's plain and simple. Plain and simple.
I don't know what their trip is.
You know what? I have a problem with somebody, a big somebody. You don't see me going and starting shit on their YouTube channel, do you?
Exactly. Exactly. Someday I'm gonna find out that name too. Someday.
Huh?
Someday I'll
What?
know who you're talking about.
I'll tell you who it is.
You've given out so many clues. I'm like, I still could fit like 10 people.
It's only one.
Ooh,
There it is. That's not sensitivity. That's balls. I stand my ground for my castle.
that's it.
Thank you,
That's
Tommy.
right.
Jimbo has a checkered past that none of y'all know about. I'm the kind of dude that'll drive us. I'm the kind of dude that'll drive a salt truck through your house with a fucking salt spreader on and not care.
I drove a tank once at FMC. That was great. That was probably the most fun vehicle I've ever driven. Was that tank?
You know, the most fun vehicle I've ever drove is an International 4700 chipper truck.
An international. That's funny.
I had my coworker in the passenger seat with me. I put brakes on it, and a customer kept bringing it back, saying that the brakes were, smoking and leaking. I had this dude in the passenger seat. He was white knuckling the door handle because I'm going down a hill at like 70 in this big ass international truck. It was great. He was scared to death.
I only got the tank up to 55, but that was pretty good. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, where we're going, you don't need no brakes.
The first
At 88 miles an hour, you're going to see some
car,
serious shit.
brakes. And then to stop the car, I drove right into my house. I hit the garage wall.
Oh, I've wrecked a couple of cars.
To bleed them. I didn't bleed them correctly. That's what the problem was. I had everything perfect except I didn't bleed them. You need two people to bleed brakes. I'm sorry. You have to have a second person.
No, you don't.
What?
You don't. I can explain to you how. So you have this thing called a master cylinder with a cap on it. You take the cap off of it, and you can bleed each wheel by yourself. Let it gravity bleed. Close all the bleeders. Get back in the car. After you fill the master up, get back in the car, pump the brakes a couple times.
That was not in my dummy book for Volkswagens.
Nope. They don't tell you that. It's just something I've learned over the years.
Well, that's clever.
And you get out after you've pumped the brakes a few times, you crack the bleeders open, and you'll see air coming out.
That's how I met my now husband, was because I did that.
Been doing this for shit. I've been working on cars since I was 8. I'm 43. Professionally, I've only been doing it for, I don't know, 15 years now.
He started working at Montgomery Ward's when he was like 17 in their auto department.
Uh-huh.
And when the place closed down, when Montgomery Ward's closed down, that's when they retired him. And he had been there, I think, 20 years at least. He got a nice retirement package. And then he went to work for the county. And he's retired from that place now. He liked working at Montgomery Wards.
I actually started out. So I started out as a laborer for a bricklayer for a masonry company. So technically, I didn't want to work on cars for a job. So I ended up being I'm a mason. I can build buildings. I can do everything I need to do. And then I decided, I got tired of being laid off in the wintertime. So I ended up working at AutoZone, which I made a 10-year career out of and made some damn good money working at AutoZone, let me tell you.
The people at AutoZone actually were really helpful when I needed help with my car. On
Yeah.
what kind of stuff, testing it and stuff. They were really helpful. They knew exactly what to test. I'm like, cool.
However, ladies and gentlemen, that little scan tool that AutoZone walks out and plugs into your car is not a diagnostic.
Uh-oh.
I have so many people. I need an oxygen sensor. Well, why is that? Well, AutoZone plugged their AutoZone diagnosed the oxygen sensor. I said, did they really?
You only get those codes? I thought you got a code. That's what it told you.
Yeah, the code gives you a possible of what it could be.
Right.
So, your average person's going to look at the first one and be like, oh, it just needs that. No, it doesn't.
The second thing.
What is the number? You want to know what the number one part AutoZone sells every year?
Batteries.
Fucking gas cap.
Gas cap.
They sell more gas caps than anybody.
It wouldn't pass smog because the gas cap was loose. How stupid is that? And it wasn't that it was loose. It was tight on there, just not tight enough. It wasn't keeping a seal or something.
Oh, they have an O-ring on them. The O-ring tends to wear out, especially in warmer climates. And the O-ring is what causes the seal. If the seal is bad, the gas cap is bad. It'll fail every time. Which will cause a check engine light for a small evap leak.
Yeah, we replaced it. It passed, no problem.
I don't know. They're making these cars dumber and dumber these days. You got to be smarter than the car.
My car emails me. I get emails from my furnace. I get emails from my washer dryer. I get emails from the car. It's crazy. Why are these appliances emailing me? Just checking in to see how you're doing. We're doing good, June. It knows my name. I don't know.
I just want to know why your car is doing this.
Yeah,
what kind of car do you have?
I have a Nissan something. Nissan Altima.
A Nissan something.
And I didn't pick it out. My son picked out the car, and I wanted him to drive, so I bought it. Because I can't drive anymore. It hurts my hands.
Yeah, I got a Ford and 2 Hondas.
Oh, I've blown up so many Hondas. Oh, wow.
I love my little Hondas.
I blow head gaskets on those things. You know what? I told my husband that if the thing needed oil, why didn't he put oil in the car? He goes, well, it was running fine until you drove it.
Yeah, oil's optional.
That's what he said. He goes, well, let's get another one, which he did. He'd come across cars like crazy. It's amazing how many people don't want to fix a car. They go, oh, well, how much did you give me for it? You'd probably come across that.
That's how I got my Honda Accord that I just bought.
Yeah.
Customer brought it in with a broken ball joint and the wheel fell off.
Yeah. When my husband had his stroke, I went in and bought a brand new car because I didn't want to have to deal with that. Because all our cars were all dependent upon him. And now he was out. He can't do that. So.
What color is the smoke, Tommy? Is it white or is it blue? He wants to know he's got some smoke.
I love it when you blow a head gasket. People always want to tell you your car's smoking, like you didn't notice the huge trail of smoke behind you.
Yeah.
That's the best. And when your car's on fire, you can read that in someone's lips when they go, your car is on fire. You can see it in their mouth.
Or you can see it in their eyes as it's blazing.
Yeah, that too. My car did get caught on fire one time, and the car pulled up next to me, and they were pointing. And I saw her in her face, and she said, your car's on fire.
Tommy, I don't necessarily think you got a valve stuck. I think that your vehicle is just old. White smoke happens when you first start a car up sometimes. I can start my Ford up, it smokes white first.
Don't you pour in that octane boost and blow that out, all that carbon stuff? Or you can't do that?
You can. You can, but when you get up into the higher mileages, I mean, some of those cars, they burn oil, they burn, they get a little bit of coolant blow by it.
You don't want none of that stuff caked on the wall to come off.
You don't necessarily need to clean the intake manifold. Let that bitch run. If there's something wrong, you'll have a light that'll tell you, hey, there's something wrong with me.
And you'll know it when you're driving it. I tell my son that. You'll notice the way you drive the car, something's different. You're going to notice it.
Yeah. My wife tells me there's something wrong with the car all the time, and then I take it for a ride, and it feels normal to me.
My husband's favorite thing was when a car makes a noise. He'll go, yeah, my car's making a noise. And he'll go, well, what kind of noise is it? Can you make the noise? And then they make the noise. That's the best thing. If people trying to make a noise like their car.
Sometimes you can describe the noise.
I think he just like listening to them make a noise.
I got some people that come in that's my car's making like a whirling, humming, grinding, marbly sound. I said, all right, does it sound like a small aircraft taking off? Yeah. I said, all right, you got a wheel bearing going bad.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah.
Never changes past the pitch stays the same from 35 on. Yeah. Got a wheel bearing going.
Proper maintenance would help a lot of the issues that people have, but they don't do it. They don't follow what's recommended. Yeah. I should talk. We're really bad about that too when it comes to cars, because we've always taken advantage of it because he always knew how to fix everything.
Well, my Ford's old. It's a 2013 Ford Fusion.
That's not old.
It's got 31,000 miles on it.
That's not very many miles either.
My Honda Odyssey is a 16. It's got 155,000 on it.
Obviously, you have a favorite car.
My the Honda Accord I just bought is a 2006, and it's got 199 on it.
Yeah, those things don't start driving really good until they hit 300,000 miles.
Yeah, the Odyssey, we bought it 5 years ago. It had 31K on it. We drive the shit out of that van.
Those motors used to be really cheap to get because they come from China, where they don't allow the motors over 3,000 miles or something like that.
Some of them are like 30, 35, 40. They make you replace it.
Yeah. I remember that. and we drive until 300,000 plus. So that's crazy.
Jamie said that's a lot of cars. Do you have your own shop? Jamie, that's not a lot of cars. I think I've owned at one time, I think I've had 11 or 12 at one time.
Yeah, we've had lots of cars too. Some of them we sell, some we give away.
I think in my lifetime, I've had, since I was 16, I've had probably close to 200 cars.
I haven't had that many, but I've had quite a few cars.
Rebuilt trans, whole front end, suspension kit new.
I had one car for 15
AC.
years.
Yeah, I plan on driving the ones I have until they stop.
I'm looking for a convertible right now. That's the next car I'm going to get. I want a convertible.
I think once my van's paid off, it's going to be time for Big Daddy to get him a luxury car.
My son's like, why are you going to get a car? You're not going to drive it. I go, well, I will when it's a nice day.
Hey, why not?
You're not going to drive a car. It'd be nice.
I think I'm going to go get me a Beamer.
There's not time too many cars they make in convertibles anymore.
Believe it or not, I think Toyota still makes a convertible Camry, like the Solara. Maybe not.
My husband doesn't like those. He told me I shouldn't buy one. I was offered one of those, and he turned it down. I go, I want a convertible. He goes, you don't want that one.
Actually, I work on. I'll tell you what, the cars I work on the most are Kia, Hyundai, Ford, and Chrysler.
Oh, he hated my Chrysler. Oh God, he hated my Chrysler. He didn't like my Volkswagen either, but I worked on that, not him. I really enjoyed working on that car.
Go get you a little like a little SLK Mercedes drop top.
I've seen those. I want it has to have a hard top. That's what I want. I don't want a soft top. I want a hard top.
Get the hard top that folds into the trunk.
Yes, that's what I want.
Yeah, don't ever buy the Pontiac that does that. I don't care if you find one that's got like 20,000 miles on it, used in beautiful shape. That thing is a money pit.
I think BMW and Mercedes are the only ones that make the hardtop convertibles that I
BMW and Mercedes are. Pontiac did it for 2 years with the G6.
Yeah. They don't make those anymore.
No.
My husband said there's a reason for that. I thought, whoa.
He caught a BMW big Mexican woman.
You'd be lucky to get a Mexican woman. Well, I would be lucky because I love Mexican food. That's my favorite food.
You know what's sad? We went to Mexico in March, June, and the food was so terrible. It was Americanized Mexican food.
Oh, gosh.
I was so upset. I was looking so much forward to it.
When we went to Mexico, we didn't even eat the food because the family was thinking, oh, you're going to die. So everybody brought their own food. It was crazy. We went all the way to Mexico, didn't even eat Mexican food.
Yeah, I went to Mexico and I ended up eating pulled pork sliders at the bar, but by the pool, and breakfast. They had bacon. It was delicious.
It does sound good. I like
my favorite one.
Traveling was fun.
My favorite one is Fiat. Fix it again, Tony. That's what Fiat stands for.
I knew one person that had a Fiat, and they swore by that car. And my husband worked on it almost every day, but they loved the car. So if you love something, it doesn't matter what it does, I guess. I did like my Mazda. I had a Mazda for a while, and that car was really fast. I was impressed. I had a CX-9. It was the first car I ever had that had real balls to it as soon as I got it.
You know what I have to say? My little Ford Fusion with its little 1.6 liter turbo, it'd get 140 on the highway.
Ooh, nice.
My minivan would do 140.
I like driving fast.
That big old minivan would get up and move.
My kids hated it when I drive fast. You're being reckless. I go, no, reckless is different than driving fast, sweetheart.
Can you imagine being on a highway and you see a Honda Odyssey roll past you at like 135, 140 miles an hour?
Imagine that being a Volkswagen Bug doing that. I used to do that. I put a different motor in my Bug. Oh, that was so much fun. I got it all out of my idiot book, the dummy book for Volkswagens. It was all in there, how to do it.
Hey, Volkswagens are easy to work on. The older ones, anyway. The newer ones are terrible.
Yeah, I had a 72 Bug. I really love that car. It was my first.
Tommy, I'm gonna say Honda from like 2001, because I had an '01 Civic that I swear to God is still going, and it's like 257 plus.
Civics are amazing cars.
I'm an Oldsmobile guy. My first car was an Oldsmobile. And the funny thing is I got an Oldsmobile tattoo and a Monte Carlo tattoo on my leg, and I don't have either one of them. I got a Ford and 2 Hondas.
What is the car I want? I can't remember the name of it. I like the car my mom had when I was a kid. We had a lot of fun in that car. Oh, the Chevy Impala. She had a convertible Chevy Impala. I think it was a 62 or 63. It was sweet. I really liked it.
Absolutely. We had a beautiful 62 Impala in my shop I've been working on for the last couple weeks.
I would kill somebody to get one of those. And I just about would have to get one. Because they're expensive. What?
Oh, I hear the baby crying.
Doxy. This cat's crazy. Just too
I miss my
affectionate.
cats.
When I went to Findig, I was all by myself. I actually missed my cats. I complain about them because they want my food and everything, but when they're not around, it's boring. I know it's boring. You guys are exciting. Yeah.
I got my dog all happy the other day, and I swear to God, she told me the way she barked, it sounded like she said, "I love you."
They do kind of sound like they're talking, don't they?
Yeah.
Because cats do. They say mama. Yeah, you do. You say mama.
I get this one chattering when I come home from work.
Then you bite me. What is wrong with you?
Oh, can you go ahead and cheat on me, Shamu? You got to go
Not
to everyday fish
Shamu.
keeping.
He wouldn't do that.
Oh. Well, June, we are at the 2-hour mark, madam.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, I'll be being paged here in a second for dinner.
Oh yeah. So I appreciate you being here. Hang tight real quick. And guys, thank you for being here. You got to witness Mama June on screen. Remember, guys, it's your hobby. Do it your way and don't start shit on everybody else's channel. Have a good night.
Amen.